Hi, I'm Zaya Ankrum from Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion. And you're watching Disney Channel. Magic.
I'd say that I'm so fast that I'm practically still.
I would never say that.
Mask off. Unleash the geek. For the next chapters, as Violet's super secret.
I'm closer than ever to unmasking Ultraviolet.
Are in serious danger.
Luis is totally gonna find out about Ultraviolet.
You've been lying to everyone.
The city needs Ultraviolet. I really need help you now.
Come on, let's go fight some crime.
Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion. New Friday at 8:30 on Disney Channel.
So we're living La Vida Ultra again for the Brett Bodine installment, which contained the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we're going to explain why. We're going to try to make this as fast as possible so I can have enough time to finish the rest of my postings, go upstairs, knock out the mozzarella sticks, and possibly sneak in the cheese, the other two 20-ounce Cokes that my mom got me today before my sister came into town. So anyway, there was a lot of, this episode, kind of taught me, kind of made me realize I made a good choice by balancing my life interest between that, NASCAR, and, doing stuff with people and, trying to provide better content to YouTube and TikTok, I'll get to that momentarily, but let's go over what happened in the episode and then we'll talk about the little, balance stuff last. So, apparently, Violet, had a hard time, trying to. It's easy, like Black Scorpion / Cruz said at the very end towards the end of the episode, the second to last cutscene. You can do two things, like be there for the people you care about and take care of your business at the same time. It's never easy. I mean, unless you make it easy, kind of like how I do YouTube and TikTok at the same time simultaneously, and it's only too much work if you choose to make it too much work. I don't choose to make it too much work. That's why kind of how I choose to make it fun, and that's why it's fun when I do both. So, I mean, Cruz is right, and Black Scorpion is right, but also wrong. Yes, it can be difficult, but 80% of the time it can be difficult because difficult by default, it's normal. 20% of the time it can be difficult because you choose to make it that way. So he has a point, but also, he's a little wrong too. So it's like a win-lose situation. But yeah, considering, sometimes, you have to take care of, your serious stuff in life. And I can't always be there for the people you care about. And 80% of the time you have to try to do both. It's never easy. And if you try to do one over the other, if you do one, you're going to lose the other. So therefore, yeah, this is where I bring in Xylia. However the fuck you say her name. I know I just put her in the intro, but I'll have to go back and look at the tape, but I don't feel like stopping the fucking thing to check it out like Kevin LePage. But yeah, Maya was in the friend zone here. She got friend zoned 3 fucking times. And as much as I hate Luis Leon and that motherfucker who was his coach, who the fuck, Brian Blanco, who the fuck was that guy? Sadly, we'll never fucking know, but that motherfucker, man, he was something else. But yeah, 80% of the time the good guys usually win. No, 90% of the time the good guys usually win. But the other 10%, every once in a while, the bad guys have to win at some point to make it a little entertaining and spice it up a little bit, even though we all hate that shit. But yeah, Maya was excited to be in that competition until that crazy motherfucker Luis Leon came out of nowhere and challenged her. And of course, I will agree with them on one thing. Because Maya was getting friend-zoned in the whole episode anyway, she was probably going to lose whether Violet was there or not. So maybe he was right about that, but he didn't need to be a fucking dick about it. After all, Luis Leon's a dick, period. Like, fuck that guy. Not so much Brian Blanco. Brian Blanco seems like a really genuine kid in real life, but Luis Leon, as much as we love to hate him, he can go fucking belly up as far as I'm concerned. But at the end of the day, he's just a character, nothing more. Brian Blanco gets paid millions of dollars to act like that on national television in front of the whole fucking world every Friday night. So therefore, Brian Blanco's just doing what he gets paid to do by Disney Channel. So therefore, Cruz was trying, at first he didn't want Violet to go see her best friend, and which I do understand that part. And then all of a sudden, then in the middle, he felt bad saying, "Go ahead and be with your friend. I got this. I mean, everything's gonna be. You're gonna. I mean, if you go there, everything will be okay." And that's when Violet should have went, and that was the second time. And then when Violet tried to go the third time, then she got stopped by those fucking runaway criminals and the friendly prisoner. And yeah, you could see the tears running down Maya's face as she tried to go. She tried to go back to sleep after Violet tried a good effort to apologize. I mean, that was a good effort, but if she had failed her once and then did that apology stuff, then I'm pretty sure Maya would have accepted it right off the bat, and they would have started there. I start from scratch and well back to the drawing board. But she hurt her 3 times, and that's usually not good enough to make up for it, even if you wait a whole week. So, because that sticks in a person's mind, whether it's in a show or real life. And of course, Cruz's plans with Catalina sadly didn't work out either. I mean, he invited her. A 2-month anniversary is the thing. Although, to be fair, the girlfriends I've dated, I've made anniversaries like that a thing. It's normal to do both on TV and in real life. So, therefore, Catalina, as genuine as she is, just as genuine as Lorena Jorge is in real life, she said she was going to be there. And Cruz, unlike Violet, was all set like Jimmy Johnson, waiting for Catalina. And unfortunately, there was a change of plans. I mean, Catalina friend-zoned her, Cruz, not because she wanted to, because Violet just kept doing it over and over. And this was just at the end of the episode of Catalina had a legitimate reason as to why she couldn't, be with Cruz. I mean, she tried to get out of it, but apparently it was too important for her. And so Violet came. The niece and the uncle came together and had some tasty ass soup that sadly Catalina had to miss out on. So. Yeah, and then of course the typical Rodriguez family shenanigans. Cruz and Violet are away, where Juan Carlos and Nina are just living their best married life. Cruz came to their house to visit. He was Jair Villarreal is funny as fuck, and I added him as a friend on Facebook earlier tonight. Finally found the guy after so many months of searching. Hope he accepts me on there. Once I had enough people from the previous show, Villains of Valley View and Ultraviolet Black Scorpion, combined with I had enough people from those shows, I'll start posting about my reaction, not reaction videos to Facebook, but once I had enough people from both shows combined on Facebook, then maybe I'll start talking about the episodes on Facebook, but on statuses, not fucking videos. But yeah, okay, I lost my train of thought. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, Nina and Juan Carlos were okay. Cruz came to the house to tell everybody about Catalina. He was just being funny as fuck. Yeah, he's Jair Villarreal's hilarious. I keep botching his name. I'm sorry, buddy, but yeah, you are fucking hilarious, my man. I mean, when you're like Uncle Cruz in the daytime, you're just funny as fuck. But when you're Black Scorpion, you're more serious. That wasn't the case tonight. At first it was, but then you were all of a sudden happy because of Catalina, and then all of a sudden Black Scorpion cared about Ultraviolet's feelings and felt bad. And so I had a talking to in the gym, which Tiago almost busted him up like Adam Petty, but what if he did and was standing there like Dan Hernandez and Benji Semen and the Honchos at Ultraviolet had Brandon Russell stand there and, in character and listen to what Violet and Cruz were saying, but he probably knew, but probably didn't want to say anything right away. And so even if Violet making shit and Cruz making shit up like Jamie McMurray helped, it probably didn't either, because probably Tiago probably knows something that Violet doesn't know about. So therefore, we'll never know who that motherfucker was. That was Lewis's coach. We'll never fucking know who that motherfucker was, but. Yeah, I mean, Juan Carlos and Nina living their best married life, and Tiago's trying to figure out why Violet's his sister's acting weird and shit. So, I mean, that just does it for the episode talks. Now, let's talk about the balance stuff. Now, J.R. Villarreal in character taught us a big lesson that I've already learned, I learned it last year and I've utilized it this year. I learned it last year, started utilizing it then, and I've continued to utilize it this year. Most likely when it starts getting warm again for season 3 of Fun in the Sun in June 2023, I'll start utilizing it again. And when we get to the later part of spring is in the air, season 2 and mid to late April, all of May of 2023. So therefore, Cruz or Black Scorpion or JR said you have to keep a balance in the stuff you like in stuff in life. You have to try to do both 50-50. 50% you can focus on the things you and people you care about and love the most and the fun stuff. And 50% of the time you can also focus on this the serious important stuff that helps you succeed in life and helps you have these moments with the things and people you care about that you can do on your spare time. So, yeah, and that's exactly what I kind of learned casually without any shows. Because when I was a little kid living on Lenore in Michigan, I don't think about my toddler days in the 90s in Ohio, because this topic doesn't go back that far. I was just a carefree toddler at age 4 and 5, start becoming a Spurs fan, starting to like Ricky Martin and watching Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy on a daily basis at 7 and 7:30 on Channel 5 WEWS Cleveland, on West 122nd. And, before I knew what GSN was, pretending, watching Wheel of Fortune casually as a fan, and then waiting for Jeopardy to come on so I could pretend to be Alex Trebek, because Alex Trebek was my favorite as a kid, because he was a chill, laid-back, genuine, kind man, and I was very devastated when he died. When I first found out he was diagnosed with that cancer and that it took his life, eventually 2020, when he was diagnosed in 2019, I almost started crying in the bedroom when I saw it on my phone. So, yeah. So, therefore, this is where this topic comes in. When I got to Michigan in January 2000, in the Lenore house, the first Christmas I spent there in December of that year, a 16-year-old neighbor, that was my babysitter at the time, got me the PS1 video game, NASCAR 99 for the original PlayStation, back when EA actually cared about making their games good, and, actually cared about NASCAR, because EA nowadays fucking sucks. It's crazy how the EA games of NASCAR, I'm not saying PS1, because PS1 was just for shits and giggles. The PS2 was the serious stuff. Thunder Road 2, even though it's okay, it's not bad, but it's not perfect either. Especially with the omitting of Dale Sr. due to his death in Daytona. Maybe EA wanted to still keep him in the game as like a Flash of Legends, right? But I guess Chase wanted no part of that. But yeah, they put him in Thunder Road 3 and Thunder Road 4, or if you want to make him win an 8th championship, that's a possibility too. But yeah, I find it funny how like games like Thunder Road 3, Thunder Road 4, and even 05 and 06 were way better with worse technology. And the modern NASCAR games, which I'll never fucking touch, look better technology, but they play fucking worse. So that's why modern NASCAR games, along with modern NASCAR in real life, can go fucking kick rocks, as far as I'm concerned. I still love NASCAR, but I fucking hate the way it is run now. That's what leads me to the balancing stuff. So NASCAR 99 was my first game there, just because that's like Madden and NCAA, football and basketball. NASCAR would title the games a year ahead, where, for example, in Thunder 2002, it was, the 2001 season being no Dale Sr. because of his fatal incident at Daytona in the opening race of the season. Thunder 03 was 02. 2004 was 2003. 05 was 04 with the first year with the chase and the no more Winston RJ Reynolds Tobacco Company sponsorship. 06 was 2005 with the switching cars with your teammates. 07 was 2006 and the pattern. And then of course the broken ass games we call 08 and 09 were 2007 and 2008. Never will I touch those fucking hunks of junk again. Even if the PS2 version of NASCAR 08 was way better than PS2 version NASCAR 9. To me, NASCAR 08 was probably the last half decent NASCAR game on the PS2. Because NASCAR 09 on PS2 was fucking awful. But yeah, PS3 version NASCAR 09 is lesser of two evils. But NASCAR 08 on PS3 isn't any better either. But still, yeah, so therefore, NASCAR 99 was the game, which was the 1998 season, got me into NASCAR. My first race was the 2001 Daytona 500, which we all know took the life of the Intimidator, Ralph Dale Earnhardt Sr. And even though I lost my favorite driver, I still watched every single week until I got to Mexico in August of '01. I had to watch the first half of 2002 on speed when they did the live races with the Fox telecast. Different version of the Fox and NBC telecast. Till I got out of Mexico after the June MIS race. We spent Sears Point, Daytona, maybe Chicagoland, and an apartment complex somewhere in Michigan. And then when we watched Loudon, New Hampshire, my DT Provi was in the hospital before she eventually passed away the very next year during the 2002-2003 school year. I had to miss a basketball game with school that I was looking forward to attend that funeral. And let me see. Oh, yeah. And then finally, the first race back on Lenore was the 2002 Pennsylvania 500, where Steve Park flipped on the first lap in the Long Pond straightaway with his teammate Dale Jr. and Rusty Wallace before Park could even break a sweat. He was already done before the race even started, before his race began, before they even completed a lap. So, yeah, from 2002 Pennsylvania 500 onward, I would watch races every single week. I would forego doing stuff with people, refuse to go outside and enjoy the weather, and opt not to play with friends in the neighborhood, and refuse to do anything with mom and dad or anyone unless there was no race. If there was no race unless on a Monday or on a Saturday or Sunday, then yeah, I would do it. But if it was summertime, Monday through Friday, I would usually mostly play my PS1, PS2, and computer. But if I wasn't doing that, then yeah, maybe I would go with my mom and dad. But I barely had a social life on Lenore because of a lot of shit that was going on in my life throughout my childhood years, which is why I was so invested in NASCAR and I didn't care about anything else. I cared about 90%. Well, 80% was NASCAR. 20% was the Spurs because we didn't have league pass with Dish Network on Lenore. We only had it for that one period of time in 08 or 09, which was probably the worst and shittiest school year and season of my life, and I don't miss a damn thing about. So we had it for a trial, but that was it. I mean, it was nice to hear Bill and Sean for the first time, considering I knew who Sean Elliott was on my playing days, but never heard of Bill Land at that time. And then, it was 10% was Ricky Martin, because I was into other music. I mean, I still liked Ricky, all time, as my favorite, but I was so attached to other music that was in the NASCAR games, NBA games, Need for Speed games, all the PS1 and PS2 games in general that I played, and all the rap and hip-hop my dad, my sister, and my sister's friends were all listening to. So they kind of brainwashed me away from Ricky for a while. So, other than that stuff, I was just watching races every week and didn't want to do anything with anyone. Then we get to Sandhurst in 2010, come back to Ohio where my life originated. I still wanted to watch every week, but it went down to 70. It went down to a 70% where, let's say, Lenore was 100%. I'm screeching. Lenore was 100%. I barely interacted with the Spurs and Ricky Martin at all on Lenore. But on Sandhurst, it went up to a 90. It went down to an 80 where an 80 where I still watch NASCAR. But then the Spurs were 10%. No. Spurs were at 10%, and then the Ricky Martin was another 10%. So it made 100. So it made 100. So therefore, by the time I got to the 2011-2012 season, I started getting fully back into Ricky Martin again, and I've never looked back since then. But yeah, I started doing some stuff, but it really wasn't much on a daily basis. I did not have that same social life on Sandhurst and in Brook Park like I do here in North Ridgeville. I did not have that same social life. There was a lot of drama going on in my neighborhood that I'll not get into here on the interwebs, which is part of why I came here, to get away from those toxic sons of bitches. I did not get that celebrity treatment that I get here in Ridgeville. I did not get that there. I got acknowledged a lot, but not the same way people in Ridgeville acknowledge me. So because of the fact that I was toxic neighbors, That's why I kind of, I separated myself from the neighborhood because it just make kind of overshadowed the good neighbors that I played with in most of early summer 2012, but yet by 2013 things started to calm down. I still watch NASCAR every week, but I skipped like maybe 2 or 3 races to do other things, and I like the other 33 I watched. 2014 I tried to watch a race, even Busch and Craftsman Truck. By 2015, when I got here, yeah, it spiked up to 100. But yet I still did stuff. I started doing stuff and going places, but yet the balance beam was starting to grow a little bit by 2015. I watched every Cup, Xfinity, and truck race in 2015, but yet I still did stuff with people, so it was a little bit of a balance. It was 100% there. It went down to 90 in 2016. I caught most races, but the races I missed were because either A, I slept in too late, or B, there was other reasons I missed races too. Or, who fucking knows? It was 2016, but most of the races I missed were probably from sleeping in too late. Yeah. Or, I missed over half of it because I woke up late and then I tuned in halfway through or something. I don't fucking remember. 2016 and 17. Yeah, 2017. Yeah, 2017. Yeah. That's when I started getting more. 2016, 17, I started getting more social. I started getting more social with my life. And then 2018, I started getting more social, still watching every race. 2019, it was when I started skipping some. I started skipping some of the races to do other things, but yet still wanted to watch. And then, of course, 2020, COVID hit, but no choice but to watch. Oh, yeah, now I remember what I was saying. So 2016, 17, 18, and 19, this is the thing. And for day races, I'd watch the race first, then come outside and be with my friends if the weather was decent, if there was enough time. But I didn't give a fuck what I had on. I would still wear the NASCAR stuff, and I didn't wear the Tim Duncan outfit all the damn time. So, therefore, for night races, I'd be with my friends first, and then run inside to watch the race at night. The COVID year, after the lockdown was lifted, and NASCAR was the first major sport of all professional sports to come back, I would, for the weeknight races, I would come outside and carefully socially distance with the neighbors and talk with them. Like they stand in the driveway, I'd stand in the middle of the street, or like anywhere far away from possible that was safe and legal. And then I'd run home to watch the race. But if it was a day race, yeah, I would just stay inside the whole time. But if all my drivers crashed out or DNF or in any kind of I'd turn off the TV and take a walk outside. By 2021, the vaccines came in, and then that's when I got my 2 shots, and I started the 2021 season watching every race, but then by the time vaccines came in, got everything safer, and got warmer in March and April, that's when I said, you know what, there's other things to do in life, NASCAR will be there when I need it, so therefore, that's when I started finding other things to do on Sundays, and finding better stuff to do in general on weekends. So yeah, considering, compared to Lenore and Sandhurst, I keep a balance nowadays in the modern era. Like 50% of the time I'll watch NASCAR because mostly it's not every week anymore. And the other 50%, I also do stuff with my friends in the neighborhood, or go to birthday parties, go to watch my friends, do their sporting events for school. Let me see here. I sometimes will go to see my favorite, all these events that I'll go out to eat with my mother or my father, or go to Cedar Point. All this stuff I'm doing now, all that kind of stuff I wouldn't be doing on Lenore and Sanders. So this episode was very powerful about how you keep a balance between 2 different kinds of priorities, your fun priorities and your important, serious priorities. So attaboy to J.R. Villarreal for giving everybody who didn't know this a valuable lesson. I knew, obviously. This was a boost in my confidence. But anyway, we got to get the fuck out of here. Get all the rest of the postings up. I don't think I'm going to be eating the rest of the night, but I will be drinking. So tomorrow, I don't think I'll be waking up in time for the Busch Series race. So therefore, good luck to all the my drivers and whoever's the race winner tomorrow, depending how crazy the Roval race is. But Sunday we may not be able to watch Winston Cup either because my dad may decide, despite the fact my sister can't go because, she has to leave Monday. Because Cedar Point takes a toll on people because I forgot I took off last Monday. So after I might be taking another Monday off this week because Cedar Point is going to take a toll on me. Probably a little worse than last Sunday. It's going to be 65 and a little bit warmer by a good margin, 65. So I'm going to be running around the park all day. I won't be YouTubing it, like I said. I'll be doing it casually. I'll probably sneak in some TikTok dances if I see any friends that are there as spectators and visitors or as employees. And then, tomorrow we're going to, but I started talking about Cedar Point. But yeah, besides Cedar Point and Sunday, tomorrow we're going to catch up on the Rusty Wallace installment of Welcome to Flatch right here on this TV. Oh, no. I would do it on this TV, but I recorded it on a DVR so I can get different promos, so I'm not using the same shit over and over in the same elements. And then Monday, when we're resting it up, then we'll catch up on the Rusty Wallace installment of Goldberg's. Unfortunately, Tuesday and Wednesday is going to probably be the last warm day period. We had our warm weather finale for YouTube this past week, so there's no need to record the doubles in 2 weeks. So Wednesday and Thursday is going to be probably our last any 70-degree type of weather. Tuesday, unfortunately, we won't get to spend it in any form or capacity because we have to prepare for the series premiere of The Winchesters for the Steve Park installment with my role model, one of my ultimate favorite actresses, Megan Elizabeth Donnelly. Then Wednesday, we'll cancel plans with the Goldbergs again. Which would be the Dale Sr. Austin Dillon installment and probably cheese some bonus outdoor time then. Then we'll probably be able to watch Flatch in real time for the first time for the Dale Sr. Austin Dillon installment of that on Thursday. There was no Lele episode yesterday because of the world premiere of the Monster High movie. I don't know if they're going to air their Bill Elliott installment this coming Thursday. We're just going to have to find out. And then we got more villains in Ultra for what will be the Ty Dillon installment and the Ryan Newman installment. So have a good night tonight and a better day tomorrow. Life will give you a lot of lows, but when you hit a high, enjoy it. It ain't for the weak. Goddamn, pace yourself. Bring your ass. Be you. You have to try harder to do less. You can't deport a dream. Sometimes the worst things in life lead to the best things. Always bet on the side of love. You got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Sometimes you just got to be present. You never fail until you stop trying. It never pays to worry too much about things. We're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. It's never too late to turn the day around. Another day in time. Another day to shine. Sometimes you just got to flock yourself. You got to trust your instinct and you got to stand up for yourself and not take. What the fuck did Kaylee Miller? Sometimes you just gotta flock yourself, trust your instinct, and stand up for yourself, and don't back down to anyone. I'm gonna figure out. I might eliminate one quote just to make it easy for you, and I know which one I'm gonna eliminate. Then we're not here for a long time. That's a classic quote that you need TV for. So I know Razors gave it to me and I respect it, but that one's getting axed in the next video and tomorrow's Flatch reaction video and the outro. So take care everyone from that tomorrow's video going forward. So take care everyone. Good night. And this is the last time I'll be using We're Not Here for a Long Time for a Good Time in the outro. I appreciate it, but it just became way too much because my outro quotes are based off shows, not like classic quotes from real life. So therefore, I will see you guys tomorrow for Welcome to Flatch, the Rusty Wallace reaction video, all this other stuff we have lined up. And then, of course, we got the Halloween Mike and Mo birthday rager, Mike O'Malley and Moira Cork from Nickelodeon Guts. And then we got the Sandy Ridge finale come early November. And then come November 30th to December 1st and beyond, we start season 2 of Winter Wonderland. And the equipment finally starts to improve by the time the holidays get here. And we get updated equipment and recording stuff for the holiday, for Christmas as gifts. The new and improved, never before seen content will be here before you know it, and it's going to be a banger 2022, 2023. By the time I get to season 2, spring is in the air, and season 3 of Fun in the Sun in April, May to June, April, May to June, April, May, June, April, May of 2023, all the way till like August 31st. We're going to have some spicy videos. So anyway, this is taking too long. I need to get the fuck out of here. So see you later, everyone.